Since you can't be
Hey there, how's it going? Okay, guess we're gonna get going now. Thanks for coming out tonight, and we're finally gonna read this game that read this visual novel that I have avoided for all these years. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. It's not playing a game. You agree that you are at least 13. Yeah, I think I'm over 13, and you can consent to the exposure of. Oh, well, like what that noise? Yeah. Ah, messed up. No. Let's see. There we go. Fall in love with this? I kind of doubt it, but I guess we'll see. Let me turn down my speakers a little bit. Oh wait, I should probably double check on, because it seems like this is pretty loud. Let me double check on the mix. Okay, I'm running now. Let's see. Test, test, test. Yeah, I think that sounds fine. Okay, and I'm just gonna put my... The stream doesn't seem to be updating. Hold on. Oh, that's bad. There we go. I don't know why I was holding back. Okay, so all that missed was the name selection. I just put it as Mugi to make it shorter. But, okay. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighborhood and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. It's already amazing. You know what? Let's move. No, not that. Move that so it's away from the in-game text. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Mugi. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you didn't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. I'm trying to work on that pronunciation better. Heh. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with the other students making their daily commute. By the way, Mugi, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? Told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Eh? That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on average, well... God, I'm terrible at reading. When I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Oh, everything's going wrong here. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. I mean, that's kind of my goal. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Trying to eat a carrot while on stream was a terrible idea. takes too much chewing. The school day is as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. I will admit she's kinda cute. Cuter than the other girl. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yes? There's no way I'm going to your club. Eh? Meanie. Oh, hi. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Neat. Yes, that's me. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Uh-oh. I worry what this is going to lead to. Which girl is best girl? I don't know. This is the only girl I know so far, so I can't really give you an answer yet. Yuri, well, I think this one's pretty cute so far. And sorry, I wanted to just finish off my carrot, that's why I was muted there. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That's all I'm saying. Yuri? Okay. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. You know what? I can get into this role. I can relate to this protagonist. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Is this going to be a VOD later? Yeah. Twitch saves everything, so. Girl number one. Let's leave it at that. I want to just have them only be girl one, girl two, whatever. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Mugi, what a nice surprise. Oh yeah, there's 4 of them. I forgot. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Girl number one is number one. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. I'm not a fan of tsundere, generally. If a girl is good outside of being tsundere, then I will put up with it. Like Kurisu from Steins Gate. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the class. Don't say things like that. I do like the blush. I'll give you that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And sounds like you already know Monica. I guess it would be Monica. Monica? It's going by Japanese pronunciation. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Mugi. Monica, I'm just gonna say Monica, it's gonna be so much easier. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Mugi. We made room for you at the table, so you can come sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Uh-oh, this is gonna be the first choice, isn't it? Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabbed a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Oh, I guess not. Okay. Makes sense that he would sit next to her, though. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? There's something about her face I really hate. Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I know that's not how it would have sounded. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you haven't tasted it yet. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. So Yori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. So Yori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. That's cute. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Doki Doki Literature Country is a fun read. It would be more fun with Donkey Kong characters, I'm gonna be honest. It's not like I made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you. Not for, you know, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before... Oh no, Raiders! She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Sayori is my favorite character. She's cute. I'm kind of thinking Yuri. You keep the whole tea set in this classroom. Wait, what? Did I read that right? You keep... Oh, there's a question. You keep the whole tea set in this classroom? Now they're following me. You can't escape them. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's Yuri. Let's highlight. Tell them I didn't say anything. I guess you didn't say anything. That's not... Insulted. Yuri looks away. Looks more hurt than insulted. I mean that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles at herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was forced. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. That shifty squirrel eyes. That's not a squirrel. Raccoon, right? Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here. So, that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Raccoon, there we go. First said I was acting sus. Oh, are we gonna have to vote out? I don't even know how to read your username. Oh god, I clicked away and now it closes on me. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? Los, or Dingus. Los is acting sus. Gonna get voted off. You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. I'm more of a Yuri lover. And we're not talking about the character, right? It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Yeah, that's what, like... In all anime and visual novels, these clubs just sound so miserable. I mean, I'm sure it's a great learning thing, like, to help you grow as a person, but god, it just sounds miserable. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages other... The text is like, it just keeps going. I can't get a chance to drink my coffee. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Oh, god, it's terrible coffee, too. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. I want to read Neat's poetry. Why would you think I have poetry? Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Yeah, I think in order we're probably looking at... And it's hard for me to be fair, I guess, because I kind of know the twist of this. So I'd probably go Yuri, Sayori, Monika, Natsuki. In that order. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Wait, is there a way to not like Monika? So Mugi, what kind of things do you like to read? Manga. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Okay, she's dropped. She lost points with me with that line. Well, that can change. Oh, it's this? Yes, it's this. What am I saying? I need to see if I can read the actual visual novel that they knocked off on stream. Only problem is I don't want to play the censored version. So I'd have to, like, cut out any time there's inappropriate material. I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad face. Smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. That's why I read manga. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Is that foreshadowing? Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Is that foreshadowing? I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Actually, I feel like the rock would be a good conversationist. My order from favorite to least favorite is Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, then Monika. Yeah, to each their own. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. It's okay to be wrong. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. I feel like I'm just going to be reading everything as foreshadowing now. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori, is it Sidles? Sidles? It's like, I've seen it in text, I've never heard that word said out loud. Sayori is... Sidle. Okay, so I had it right. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Well, we can agree on that. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? Psyduck, yeah. Psyduck. There's some kind of tongue twister you can make out of that. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Mugi? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Mugi... You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. That's relatable. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, I'll be honest, I do like the childhood friend trope, so she gets points for that. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? That was a really short meeting. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Mugi, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. I can't do a cute anime girl laugh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? No. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Mugi, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. So Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the clubroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Oh god, everything is foreshadowing. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh wait, I have to actually... Oh, okay, so that's what you're talking about. I actually have to write one. Pick word you think your favorite club member will like. Sometimes, something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Special. It's like, I don't even know, like, who would be what. Everything is foreshadowing if you look hard enough. Yes, this is gonna be good. What did I say? I said special, music, special music, kawaii, special music, together, fireflies, alone. That's actually kind of nice. Fireflies, alone, anxiety, poof, despise, secretive, amazing. Oh wait, do they react? Okay, no. It's just a random... I thought they were reacting to the words. Treasure. Fluffy. Pure. I said treasure. Treasure, journey. Or maybe they are reacting to the words. Imagination. Treasure, journey. Skipping. Sweet. Whirlwind. Whirlwind sucks. Defeat. Whirlwind. Fantasy. Sticky. Well, childhood is obviously going to get me Sayori points. Happiness. Candy. Childhood, yeah. Calm. Suicide. Vivacious. Determination. Vanilla. Calm. Oh, Sayori is not calm. Contamination. Unrestrained. Bed. Extraordinary. Unrequited. Sparkle. I like sparkle. Depression. Sparkle, depression. Pleasure. Oh. Sparkle, strawberry. Sparkle hope. Swimsuit. Ocean. Kitty. Oh yeah, she likes cute stuff. Kitty excitement. Headphones. Bliss. Oh, that wasn't done. I thought that was 20. After image. Doki Doki. Cause why wouldn't I? Hi again, Mugi. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Hahaha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Special music together, fireflies alone, anxiety, secretive, amazing, treasure journey, whirlwind, fantasy, childhood, calm, extraordinary, sparkle, hope, kitty, excitement, bliss, doki doki. Truly, true literature right there. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Thank you for covering that, because I forgot each word. I could remember like the last word, but not the word before it. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Mugi. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Toyota told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Hope you enjoy the experience. Good luck and good night. Yeah, no, thanks for coming in. You have a good one. Natsuki, you have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Okay, I'll give her points for that. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Mugi always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. Damn, bitch, you live like this? And you almost set your house on fire once. You live like this? Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Mugi can become good friends too. Toyori. As usual, Toyori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yori even brought you something today, you know? But wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, goddammit. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. What does the POV character... chances are they don't have it. It's very rare that visual novels actually design the protagonist. Let me see. Visual novel database usually will have it if there exists one. If I can spell it right, Literature Club. Unofficial, the characters, where? Yeah, there's no image for him. especially a visual novel that doesn't have sex scenes. It's very unlikely that they will give him art. Only visual I can think of that does it is Phoenix Wright. I guess Steins Gate, because Steins Gate isn't in this kind of format. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled event for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yudi's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I closed my eyes and ended up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. Little did he know it was a Saturday. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Food will always do the trick. What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is, then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self, but therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Whoa, up close. I open my eyes to find Sayuri's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Always. Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, Well, fuck that, I'm quitting. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that out loud. Glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's the problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all over the place. I guess? I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair trying to straighten it. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. You say so. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Eh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button up her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Heh. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever button it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't even fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look so much better now, so... why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. Ooh. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Can't be bothered to draw another, character image, huh? Phew! That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out, and twirls about. The POV character is kind of a jerk. Most times visual novel characters tend to be jerks. I can't think of many that aren't. I mean, Okabe isn't. He's just an idiot. And that's why he's great. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. God, just admit your feelings there and then there. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. Jesus, just tell him you're in love with him. You're doing it again, Sayori. But I was joking that time. And it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Eh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Mugi, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf paper torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show? I'm going after Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? As it shows. I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. That's not what the image is showing. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing that I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do! I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Click outside poem area to continue. Okay. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms breathing air? I'm terrible with cursive. Calms breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's I used to read cursive writing pretty well. I'm out of practice now. It's such a useless skill, useless font now. You know, I can sign my name. That's it. And let me take it back. When I sign my name, it's first letter of my first name, scribble. First letter of my last name, scribble. Like, that's it. And no one ever questions it, fortunately. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Ooh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Mugi. Really? I must have missed the point. Yes. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Then my second is Sayori. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Mugi. Eh? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Nani? Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Well, I haven't gotten Natsuki's opinion yet. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Mugi poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Mugi. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Oh wow, it's already been an hour. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Sleepy is very professional there. Join something he'd flunk in a year. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. Oh, actually, she's got the rhymes going well. Play day, blue too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay. She's kind of cute. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer you can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Okay, I kinda like her. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. We're going Natsuki next. She reads manga, so I trust her. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Oof, hers is worse than Sayori. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Let's be honest. I am. Straight to poetry right there. And hers was basically that song, what does the fox say? That's what her poem was. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. But there was no message there. Actually, I see what it was going for at the end there, but it was like so pseudo-intellectual. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. I only pretended to be a terrible writer. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Says Michael Bay. Which part are you referring to with that? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Can I just leave? Hi, Mugi. Having a good time so far? Oh, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. I'm pretending. Oh, okay. I only pretended to be a horrible writer, says Michael Bay. Wait, does he write? I thought he only directs. Director and producer. Yeah, I don't think he writes his movies. Yeah, that one's based on a book, screenplay, yeah. Yeah, no, he's only a director. Oh shoot, where'd it go? By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Mugi. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayuri would like. Is that so? You and Sayuri really are really great friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Sayuri and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy could enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll also help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Where's this long? Hole in Wall. I've seen movies about that before. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction that the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. Like a film left out in the sun. Okay. But it's too late. My retinas... Too late, my retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Did I say feedback? Haha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. Foreshadowing. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is best friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. His is better than Natsuki's, at least. Natsuki was really bad. There's no winning with this game. Not that it's a game. Visual novels are not games. I am firm on that stance. I just say game a lot when talking about them by habit. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Closest to a visual novel was Phoenix Wright, but it's a mix of point and click. I would consider Phoenix Wright a game, just because there is some element of your own doing something. It's a puzzle game. I think it's fair to call Phoenix Wright a puzzle game. Same with like Danganronpa. Plus there is I think an important thing is a fail state, which I guess you could say visual novels have a fail state, but it's kind of a loose definition, I think. Actually, then again, not even all of them do. A lot of them don't have a bad end. And even then, bad end, in a case like Steins Gate, the bad ends are still, really important to the storyline. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. She likes everything. And Mugi did too. I didn't. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Mugi liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yodi. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Mugi appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. It's nice to see that they're fighting over me. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? He was just being nice because he doesn't understand the poetry at all. Exactly. No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh. Everyone okay? And she just takes off. Okay. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Mugi started showing up. Gonna have to go double check that. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Mugi! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? Just because you don't understand them doesn't mean they're convoluted. The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Ah, the JK Rowling route. Help me explain that to her, Mugi. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Mugi? Well... how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, shit, what did it say? Whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... Beauty. An M. Night Shyamalan movie is complicated. Hers was something an emotional 4th grader would write. Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri. Eh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. See. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenched her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped and at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. But Yodi, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm gonna do that. They'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki! She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Mugi, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. Sounds awkward to me. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. Just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Mugi, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Mugi, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, what about what happened earlier? What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. Mugi, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? And that's literally the just joking, unless meme. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Who am I trying to impress now? Whirlwind. Sensation. Oh, that's going good. I'm gonna know what I want. Whirlwind sensation. Intellectual. Fantasy. Damn it. Raindrops. Journey. Sunny. I should have known better. Infinite. Infallible. Philosophy. Climax. Uncontrollable. Uncontrollable kawaii. Uncontrollable dream. Judgments. Anime. I have to be true to myself on that one. Extraordinary. Wow, that went for Sayori. Weird. Together. Yeah, that makes sense. Puppy boop. Heaven sent. Disaster. Heaven sent disaster. Heaven sent disaster existence. Hold on. Okay, before I continue, I'm actually gonna step away for just a second. Nope. Let's do that afterwards. Be right back, and then I will be right back, like it says. Okay, and continuing onward. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. Natsuki feet picks win. Why Natsuki? I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Mugi. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Is she ever not? I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Yeah, of course you are. Will you come with me to buy snacks? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money, so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. She is so malnourished. Yeah, she does. She looks like she could put on a couple pounds. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Mugi to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Yuri is great. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. Ooh. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. That's... There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. The revolution? Okay. I'm not the crazy one there. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Pwap. Kya! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow, what was... Eh? A cookie? Sure... I clicked too soon. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Why would you throw a cookie? It's gonna break. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Yori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. So Yori rapidly tears the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. So Yori suddenly clasps her hand around her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot just over one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. So Yori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. Get it, I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down to take a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Ooh. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. RKO out of nowhere? Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. Foreshadowing, yeah. Like I said, everything is foreshadowing. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Oh, don't you say that, Yuri. That's true. Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Ahaha. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. She's acting kinda sus. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I got a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Mugi. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Ahaha, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayoti's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. Oh, sorry, the water went down the wrong way. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear that. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. Yeah, she's very subtle. It's very engaging. It's a very engaging and relatable story. That so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eye over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. With all the subtlety of a jackhammer in a quiet town, yes. Just like, Sayori, though. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ahahaha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Mugi? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plan. I'm rambling, aren't I? It's almost as if you're getting your personality... challenged? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Hahaha. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yudi's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Ironically, the one with the most subtlety is the POV with the POV character is the tsundere Natsuki. Yeah, seems that way. Oh, shit, not what I meant to do. Fix that. Okay. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri, he's really making a move there. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Oof. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here, This is what we're here for. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with my right arm. On the right side of the book. Okay. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Oh, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. Could this be a foreshadowing? But Mugi, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean that in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Oh, Monica coming in with the cock block. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. That alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Excuse me. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. Yuri's on thin ice. Yeah, it seems that way. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first few chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. Going back to Yuri. Let's see what you've gotten written for today. Yuri stares at my poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Mugi, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of technique worth practicing. By that she just means that it's her style. Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining? I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying that you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why, because she doesn't have any close friends. She doesn't trust those bitches in the literature club. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Oh, we are making progress, boys. Oh wow, that's long. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing had fallen completely for him and his empathy. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, my urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. I think I'm the raccoon. Oh, why am I having problems? I don't know, I looked really stuttery for a second there, but I think I'm okay now. Oh shit! I didn't mean to click away. I didn't finish it. Damn it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the raccoon. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Fun fact, her favorite movie is Edward Scissorhands. I have never seen it, I'm gonna be honest. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Mugi? Well, I guess I do. It feels like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I feel like she probably still does hate herself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. Sayori, Ooh, I like this one, Moogie. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Still, though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little bit too well for my own good. Well, don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No. I still like this one, I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you, Moogie. Your individuality is a cut above the rest. Never ever. Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one, then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. I relate to Sayori's. Yeah, she's a rough one. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Eh? It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Moogie. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Oh, everyone's getting longer now. Jeez. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together. Her head is empty. Her head is full of balls. Why is it so stuttery? Come on. Why are you acting like this? Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Jeez, phrasing. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Jesus. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. I don't know why it's going so slow now. Lost my place. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? Okay, now it's depressing. I frantically pull them off the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend. Each and every bottle, but every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Oof, that took quite a turn. Oh, you know what? It gets really slow when I'm in the poetry section, I see. Holy crap. So Yodi, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write my best poem ever? Yeah, but... I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Ah, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Haha, don't get ahead of yourself. So Yodi's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Natsuki. Monica sure has a way of causing depression. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Haha. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Eh? You think so? Yeah. Well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Ugh, that was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it wasn't for me, she'd probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own ways. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Yeah, see, I get super laggy during the poem. Like, I don't think this takes up that much processing power. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy. Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of her words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has lots of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? Pretty much just confirming her tsundere thing, yeah. What if her friends start... that's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross, she's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. I'm gonna tell everyone. Jeez. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Oh wait, it's about her liking manga, isn't it? Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid of if people find out. They'd make fun of you or think less of you. Except in the story, the girl who liked spiders had friends, and she doesn't really have friends. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about the same thing. Oh yeah, I did read Yuri's already. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I always hate to see people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's some good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Oh, I don't want to. Hi again, Mugi. How's that writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. Kinda my style. I'm happy that you're applying yourself, Monica. Don't you give her that look. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Haha, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Mugi. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Oh, wow, we're already way past 2 hours. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Relatable. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Hahaha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I've never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, big gap. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. She's just talking about her computer. She's a gamer and she has an RGB setup. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. Oh, that is definitely about RGB in a computer. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Even more abstract than your last one, huh? Hahaha. I guess it's I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to... The person who made this game also did some Project M coding. Yeah, I know he was like a big Smash Brothers person. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. When that happens, you'll never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is that tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Ahaha. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. It's worrisome. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today. So if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. He says Monica would main Fox, Sayuri would main Yoshi, Natsuki would main Pikachu, and Yuri would main Marth. Alright then. Oh yeah, tomorrow we're getting news about the next character. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. God, I need more water. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. You know what? For some reason, I thought that was Sayori on the screen, not Natsuki. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. They kind of look, yeah. Um, Sayori's putting it on. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah. Looks like she's about to poke out Natsuki's eye. Oh yeah, you don't see my cursor. Wait, do you? Oh yeah, you do. Oh, so you probably see me that I'm using it to read along. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself. Ooh. Finding new horizons and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Oh, I was forced in. I came here for cupcakes. Didn't you want to share with the others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. We all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayuri looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Haha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. The club is seriously going to be the death of me. Foreshadowing! That's I hope that doesn't come out like really hitting the microphone being annoying. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone else feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Haha, of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebooks to a specific poem that she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? Yuri is right. They're still starting out, yeah. I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Ahaha, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Sorry, getting distracted. Trying to find something on my phone real quick. Shoot. Here. Ooh, Super Mario 35 is available on the Japanese eShop now. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Ignore the switch sounds in the background. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering... just want to make sure that's downloaded so I can try it later. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a this must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed. She's very sharp right now. It makes me uncomfortable how her wrist is bent like that. Yeah, that is not a natural angle to be twisting your wrist at. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if I'm no Yuri, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Her wrist does look unnatural. The other one looks better. Maybe it's just the angle that I see it at. It looks more normal. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're... Oh, I'm taking another cough drop. This is getting bad. Because I'm probably going to finish once at the end of this particular day. So I don't want to go get water right now. Just want to finish it up. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. God, I not get through that line. The poem wasn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew, through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Hehe, even Mugi liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Eh? I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where the sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Mugi. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Mugi fuck you. Let Mugi lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Natsuki! Yeah, it's fine. I may as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. Those eyes really do stare into your soul, don't they? I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. That's sad that she feels like everyone is better than her. Well, we are. I mean, I would feel bad for her if she wasn't a bitch about it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your ability and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're all presenting... Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little bit. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. She's defrosting, yes. Frost off the tsundere. You'd better not make me do it again. Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming in, though. Coming through, Jesus. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. Stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. I'd rather walk home with Yuri. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Mugi. You don't have to say it. She is shipping them. Well, she should be shipping me and her. Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayuri once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean, Sayuri fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Oh, she's noticed. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Ahaha, you just admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never gonna happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know. Oof, that's sad. Need you? Sayuri. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. Hmm? If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Can I save here? Because yeah, we're at 240. Put that save there, and I will call it there. I'll make a poem when we get back on. Someone is planting seeds in her mind. Very depressing seeds. I wonder who that could be. Anyway. Thank you guys for coming out again. Oh, you know, I didn't even see Most Sovereign had followed. Shout out to Most Sovereign Lady for following. I hadn't seen it when it happened. Or I didn't hear it. I definitely won't be doing a normal stream tomorrow if I get on at all. I've got plans until 7, then I gotta eat and stuff. Maybe I'll get on for a late casual Fall Guys since I have to finish that up soon. I can pick this one back up on Friday. And what did it say online? I think it said it's very short. 2 to 10 hours on VNDB. How long to beat? I think they had it under 6, didn't they? Doki Doki. Oh, they say only 4 hours for the main story, but then I guess I gotta go back and try to redo the other paths. Should be able to do at least main and extra. I don't know. So hopefully I can finish it up Friday night. And as a reminder, on Saturday I will be doing my collab stream. I'll be on at 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. Pacific. which is short for visual novel. Oh yeah, that's a very short visual novel. I think Steins Gate took me 40 hours to unlock everything. But yeah, so on Saturday I'm gonna be on really early. I hope you guys can make it out, because then I probably won't be doing one at my normal time on Saturday night. Yeah, well, that was a really good 40 hours. But that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks again for coming out, and you all have a good night. And I'll post on Twitter if I decide to get on tomorrow for some casual Fall Guys. But thanks again.